Is this the open? You're just going to stare at me?
I am very happy this week.
Well, why are you so happy this week?
I am very... You know why.
I don't. I feel like I should.
Oh, are you going to find out?
Is it because of Thursday?
Let me say, stick around for the end.
Okay.
Something huge.
Oh, really? Okay.
Something huge.
Now I feel like I should know what this is.
You absolutely should know.
Uh-oh.
Welcome back to Talking Story. My name is John Minton. That is my literary wingman, my number one son, the boy wonder to my book two, bondsmith,
Mary Shelley. We starting off with disappointment? Is that what that sound I'm hearing?
You know
over
what?
there?
You drive me to drink, son. You drive me to drink.
It's Dr. Pepper.
There's absolutely real number 47 caramel flavoring in that. You don't know. That could mess you up.
Nothing about that says real to me.
No, you're absolutely right. That's a can of nothing. Hey, this is exciting because it is the last Sunday of the month.
It is.
And we just had, I don't know, you probably can't tell. Maybe you can tell by all the illustrious Pooh hair on me. We just had the august Mr. Pooh, the judge of all things honest and fair up here, and we did our roll to see what wins.
There is a winner.
The patron read of the month for spooky season October. I don't want to wait anymore. Let's throw it in there.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, it is the last Sunday of the month. Been voting all month. It's been exciting.
Look at
It's
that
been exciting.
fat dog.
And look, hey, we got to have the august Mr. Pooh here to make sure everything is above board. He's going to be the judge of no shenanigans and all things fair, right?
If you say so, I'll take your word.
He's ready. Look at this. He's ready. Okay, it's come down to this, Mr. Pooh. The number one here is Dragon Bone Chair by Tad Williams. Number 2, King of the Wild by Nicholas Eames. Number 3, The Darkness That Comes Before by Baker. Number 4, Mercy of the Gods by James S.A. Corey. Number 5, The Black Tongue Thief by Christopher Buehlman. And number 6, I Don't Want to Kill You by Dan Wells.
Is that the name of the book, or are you just telling that to me?
I was, as far as you know, that's the name of the book.
Okay. I'll take your word on that as well.
Let's go with that. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Oh, there's one in the hopper. One has been chosen, Mr. Pooh. Oh man, I did not bring my glasses.
You're gonna have to hold it real close to your face, aren't you?
I'm absolutely gonna have to hold it.
If you can pick it up. What's going on
Crazy.
over there? There you go.
Okay. Okay. Actually, I gotta hold it kind of far. Okay, it's a number 5.
Okay.
It is a number 5. That is Black Tongue Thief by Christopher Buehlman.
Hey. You gonna do the audiobook?
No. I don't do audiobooks. You know that. Look, what an amazing job, Mr. Pooh.
He did nothing.
Give it up for Mr. Pooh.
No one do that.
All right, thank you, Mr. Pooh. Shut your yap.
I wasn't even talking over you. What? What's the matter with you?
I'm playing with you. Okay. All right, thank you, Mr. Pooh. So here it is, the entire stack for spooky season, the entire stack for October. I don't know. A little dicey if I can fit all this in.
I mean, I will say you were hoping it wasn't going to be a super thick read, and Black Tongue Thief is not that thick.
It's not
thin.
It's not thin.
But it's not a tome either.
It's not a tome. So, I mean, I got that going for me. But, hey, everyone, hop on board. Family reading with this.
Oh, man, that's pretty.
Book club with the missus. With special guest Jacob is coming up. And then we got Stephen King Duplicate. We know now we have Black Tongue Thief. We got Blue Flames. We got The Historian, and this is the one I might not be able to fit in because this is a lot. So we are going to do our absolute best. Huh?
Try your best. We'll see what happens.
My best. We'll see if my best is good enough. But now we know what October exactly looks like.
I believe in you. You can do it.
I find that strangely heartening. Okay. That was pretty great. I'm happy with it. I've been wanting to read that for a good while. It's been sitting on my shelf. Every time I get on my exercise bike, it's kind of right across from me. So it's like every time. It's like this me every time I go on my nightly ride. I'm like, I really got to read that, and I really hate exercise. Those are the thoughts that will.
I mean, people have been asking for that one since before there was a Patreon. So before there even was Patreon votes or polls or anything, people have been asking to read that book. I'm sure people will be very happy.
I'm pretty excited about it. We will definitely get that one in. I'm not sure if we'll get that whole stack in, but that one will definitely be in for spooky season. And it kind of fits. It kind of looks kind of creepy. Like the cover looks kind of creepy to me.
It does. I love the minimalist cover, but it looks creepy. It should fit.
You're Mr. Minimalist.
I love it. Makes me happy.
You're Mr. So hey, what did I read this week? Let's flip that on its head, shall we? What did you read this week?
Do you want me to answer that honestly?
Yes, of course. No, I want you to lie to your father.
Well, I'm in a little bit of trouble because I read one chapter this week.
Okay, that has to be done.
I know. I'm gonna be pushing it pretty hard this week to get it done by Thursday, so we can, or really by Wednesday, we have to record that.
No, you're really messed up. It's later in the month, son.
Oh, is it? Oh, then I got loads of time. Okay.
I'm trying to give all three of us time. It's not coming up the first week of the month.
I was really worried then, but I feel much better now.
If you would show up at a production meeting.
We don't have any. There are no production meetings to speak of.
In my head. I
don't want to go.
We have production meetings.
I don't want to be in your head.
But
I only read one chapter because there were some projects that I had to work on this week that hopefully people will see later. Can't be announced now.
Yeah.
But
well, no, we can't. Hey, we got to unveil later. Stop it.
I'm just trying to tease people.
Well, you are the captain of tease.
I don't know if that's a title that I want.
You never wear a shirt that buttons up.
Yes, I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
I thought you were the captain of tees. I always see you wearing tees. Maybe that's me.
I do wear them mostly. That's true. You hardly ever wear a shirt that buttons up.
I got my going out to eat shirts.
This has nothing to do with books. What did you read this week?
You know what? Stop it. You're dragging me off the beaten course. I read something this week that made me unbelievably happy, and this is what I was saying when we first got together. This is one of the best things I've read in a long, long time.
Oh, man.
This is a peer-reviewed scientific paper proclaiming the tingle is real. What is the tingle? If you don't know, if you're new here, you're going to find out at the very end of the video. But this is phenomenal. This is he's in the comments every time, all the time. Chris, the writing jester, if you want to give him a big thanks in the comments when he shows up after this video, which I'm sure he will, thank him for all his work. Thank you to Dr. Philip Chase. Thank you to PhD Jake Rimmert, Dr. Jake Rimmert, paging Dr. Jake Rimmert, for being the peer review panel. And look, this science is sound. It is settled.
I am saying Virginia, nothing until I have to later.
That's right. Yes, Virginia, there is a tingle. This is so amazing, Chris. Man, it's laden with so many little Easter eggs of things we say and do on the channel, and then at the same time, it kind of hit me with some facts and figures that I didn't even know, and it kind of really touched me by the end. All the work you put into this, I absolutely just am thrilled. This was one of the funnest things I read this week. Thank you so much. Look for a little thank you package coming in the mail, and we will fully express this at the end.
I'm keeping my mouth shut.
Well, you better. What else? I finished Royal Assassin by Robin Hobb.
Oh, what'd you think?
Oh, look.
I'll ask you one question at the start of this. After reading this book, how disappointed are you going to be if you can't fit in the next one in October?
Severely disappointed. Severely disappointed. Look, it's that thing where there are times when you come to a piece of art and you know, chances are you might have an emotional impact. You might have an intellectual response to it. It might make your wheels turn, make you think. Then there are those special things that just operate and hit you in both ways as you go through. And this is absolutely one of those things. As the curtains further peeled back on what she's doing and what she's building in this genre of fantasy with this trilogy, the Farseer trilogy. This is book 2. Everything is about human connection and relationship, from the magic system, skilling and with the way it works, to connectivity, and then from there, empires being under threat. What is empire but a society in which we all agree to have ideals and mores and rules and laws of which we allow us to live together? And then there are those outside that have external pressure on that. What will happen? Will heroes have to step up? If they step up, do they set themselves apart from the community? Do they pay an ultimate price of not being a part of that relationship as they should, because they have to stand above and beyond that community and relationship to protect it? What does that mean? What does that do to a person? And at the same time, it has that same perfect pace of life as we follow Fitz Chivalry Farseer into his later years, into his like kind of mid to late teen years here, as he's finding himself, as he's finding his father figures, as he's mining these father figures for what he's going to make of himself, as he's finding his first love, as that impacts him and makes him a different person, because he has to define himself not from just himself, but from without, of how somebody looks and sees him. Over and over and over again, this book strikes me to my soul by the relationships, the ideas of us being together, what does that mean? What does that cost? The ideas of a life lived amongst other lives. And as a group, what that means for us as a people. Does it have political intrigue? Absolutely. Does it have all the tropes of fantasy, a chosen one, and political intrigue and magic? And yes, it has all those things. And yet it operates somehow on a humane level above that speaks to everyone that has lived a life. This is just, I can't get over how special I'm finding this series. I can't wait for book 3. Where book 2 ends, oh my God, I cannot wait. It took everything in my power not to just immediately pick up book 3.
Well, it sounds to me like at the end of this year, when you do your updated top 10 fantasy, will this probably be on there? This is Realm of the Elderlings, and I will have finished the first trilogy by the end of the year. Yeah.
The Farseer trilogy, because it's a collection of trilogies and I think a tetralogy in there as well. I will be shocked if it's not somewhere in the top 5, maybe top 3.
Wow.
After the first I can't imagine it not just leapfrogging so many things.
Top 3 is...
That's rarefied air for me. You're talking Tolkien and Martin, and like I don't know. I'm gonna have to go into battle with my own psyche to figure it out. But no way this is not on there.
Man.
I mean, no way.
All right.
For me. After that, what'd I do? Hey, I wanted to cleanse my palate because I didn't want to have a book hangover after something hits you that hard. So I grabbed, I'm working my way through some Stephen King short stories, a collection he put out this year, You Like It Darker. And I read a couple short stories. I went through 2 of them. I went through The Turbulence Expert and Laurie. And you know what? Both of these, as a combination, these 2 stories, they just remind me of everything I love about King. He's one of those storytellers that and it's like I've been reading him since I was in high school, right? I am a constant reader, who he dubs the constant reader. I am one of them. And with Turbulence Expert, you just understand that this is a storyteller that sees the world not like you do. He sees the world, these mundane things in the world he sees, and he can concoct something fantastical out of it that you would never have been able to concoct. Even at the life he's lived in so far on the back end of it. I mean, let's be honest. No one gets out of this ride alive, and he's on the back end of his ride, but he's still able to have that childlike whimsy of just looking around the world and looking at these mundane systems and the way things work and just concoct something fantastical out of it and just take us on a ride. And then after that, Lori just not only hit me in the feels, it grabbed my feels, twisted and pulled. Like, he's still able to concoct characters and in such a quick, succinct, short story, just take you down to the human level of shared experience and give you feelings from a work of literature that just you understand, it hits you, it resonates with you. So just with these two stories, it just brings back everything that I like about him as a writer. And it was just such a great palate cleanser to pick this up and go through a couple stories with him. This has been truly a really wonderful collection. And one of his best? No, because he's had some world-class collections. I wouldn't say one of his best, but this is a really, really strong collection of stories, and I enjoyed my time with it. I still was not ready to pick up the next book. I needed some time. I needed some time after The Queen.
A lot of time, apparently.
Oh,
King's
man,
usually your comfort food. I'm surprised that didn't do it.
Let me tell you, Robin Hobb left me kind of like a quivering mess at the end of that. Like, kind of, I was just like, at the end of that book, I felt like, I had been rode hard and put away wet, kind of thing.
There was a John pre-Robin Hobb and post-Robin Hobb. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's what you're hearing. It's like, look, I'm an old man, right? And I have a hard time remembering names. I could rattle off every character in that series just right now. Damn. Like, they're just so real and present. And it's like, I had to get some distance. So, hey, hadn't done some comics in a while. I had the next set of World Tree by James Tynion with some art by Ferdinand Blanco. I believe the first name is Ferdinando Blanco from Image Comics. And I really enjoyed the first series. This is the arc number 2 of World Tree. And it's like, let me get into that. Let me get some comics and, get myself back to a stable ground before I get into the next book. So this, absolutely as good as the first one. Ooh, we're getting deeper and deeper. The first one introduced these young kids, these young hackers that discover, through messing around on the internet, they discover the undernet, this other dimension that exists that is butted up against cyberspace and is now starting to see, as we surf around and find things on it, they're starting to see us and notice us and come through. What does that mean? How do they come through? How can we stop it? This just goes deeper and deeper into the conspiracy that those kids built to stop it and save the world. But to save the world, might they have to quite possibly bring it all down? That's the question. And then if you bring it all down and it's rebuilt, oh no, what's rebuilt? This is so much fun. If you like horror, if you like cosmic horror, if you just like some way out concepts and thoughts, what a great series this is. I'm so loving this series. It's one of the, I kind of found myself with comics reading my old standbys, my old favorites of Batman and these kind of things. I was seeing stories repeat, cycles repeat. So I kind of like backed off for a while, and I thought, for comics, I'll go off the beaten path and I'll do some things that maybe aren't superheroes that I've been reading for years and years and years. And this is one of the greats, man. I'm telling you, I found James Tynion doing that. And not to say he doesn't do superheroes, had a great run on Batman himself. But this one I recommend, pick up. I know the first arc is in a collected trade. Can't recommend it highly enough. World Tree by James Tynion with art by Fernando Blanco. If you dig horror and cosmic horror. So then I felt I'm ready, but there's not much left in the month. Can I squeeze one more? Can I squeeze one more book in before we're into spooky season?
You don't have a lot of time.
I got 2 days. I got today and tomorrow, and I got the perfect book I got from Rob J. Hayes.
Oh, you can do that.
The Kickstarter that I backed for The God Eater. This is a trilogy of trilogies, and the way he describes it is each one, like these are 3-book ones, and if you just want to read these 3-book ones, they're going to have a self-contained story. If you want to go deeper into that world, the next one back for 3-book 2s, and you'll go even deeper and get another story. So it's like, hey, Petrick over at Petrick Leo says this is the one out of these 3 that just came out, these 3-book ones. This is where to start, where he started. He recommends it. Archive of the God Eater Demon by Rob J. Hayes. Couple 100 pages. I can get 100 pages today, 100 pages tomorrow, and fit in this Kickstarter, or the beginnings of this Kickstarter I backed before the end of the month. I kind of have finished one chapter, and it's like, I've never read Rob J. Hayes before, and I'm digging this. Like, this is this is good stuff. Like, I can't say recommend or no or anything because I'm literally one chapter in. But I like me some Rob J. Hayes. And I'm so thrilled. I backed this never having read him. And I'm so thrilled I'm connecting with it so well because, you know, I've got 2 more books to go. One of them is kind of a chonker. So I kind of really, just even the glimmerings of the beginnings of this, I love this. Oh, it's a dark world. And you know how I love me some dark worlds. So I think this is going to go down just absolutely perfect. I'm very excited and thrilled I can fit this one more read into the month of September. What a great way to finish off the month. And that's what I've been reading this week.
Feels like a lot in one week.
It doesn't, well, I mean, most of it was the Queen.
Well, that's true. Which I'm sure you blazed through.
I had no problem hitting my 100 pages a day. I had a problem finding enough time. I wanted to, every time I set that down, because I've got to work and I've got to eat and I've got to do things. Like, I really wanted to only be reading that book. That I'm telling you, is a very special series. Everyone's read this but me, probably, because I'm coming to fantasy after such a long hiatus. So if you haven't, though, oh my gosh, do yourself a favor and pick up the Farseer trilogy. So what are we going to read next week? You better keep going on Frankenstein.
I better. Or I'll really be in trouble.
You will really be in trouble. I think for the start of spooky season, I so enjoyed those 2 King short stories that kind of reminded me of how much he means to me as a storyteller for all these years that I've been reading him. I kind of just want to jump right in and start spooky season with Doomakey, which is the Stephen King read for spooky season. So you can see we're not going to get to Frankenstein because I'm starting with this.
Okay.
I'll probably do Frankenstein after this. So you've got a little, you're not up against it yet.
Which is not super thin, so.
This is a chunker. You know how he can go on.
Sure.
But this is how I want, I'm thinking this is where I'm going to start for spooky season.
Okay. I'm happy with that because it gives me time.
Yeah, so we should come back this time next week at Weekly Reader, and I should be, if not just about done, very, very close to done.
Okay.
That's my goal. So I think this is one I missed. I can't wait to get into it. There's a chunk of King that I didn't pick up on release day and keep going with, and I think this is one I hear such amazing things, so I look forward to that. So, hey, do you remember what we did on the channel last week?
Apparently not. I remember one thing that was super fun. I don't remember what happened on Tuesday.
Tuesday, we did, we announced a spooky TBR.
Oh, right, you are. Yeah, I remember that.
We did the TBR for October, which we just completed by finding out what the Patreon read is.
Exciting.
And it is very exciting. So,
don't make that
it's real
noise when you
carbonation.
drink. That's disgusting.
There's real carbonation in that.
You sound like it's painful.
It's not friendly. So yeah, we did our spooky season 2 TBR. We have the entire stack now. I hope I can get to all of it. And after that, we did Town Square. Come on.
It was great. I had a wonderful time.
Absolutely nothing better than Town Square. You come home for it. It's awesome. We get to see you in person. We get to see the community. We get to flip the camera around. It's so cool. We absolutely love it. It's a lot of fun, and we are looking forward to continuing that and growing that. So next week.
Well, hold on. Because I want to say, if you have not checked out Town Square, please do, first of all. And if you are a patron, if you never submitted, also please do that. I would love to see more submissions.
Oh, we would love to see more submissions. Yeah.
And if you don't know what Town Square is, we'll be right back after this break that explains it.
Hey, just a quick break from the show to say a very special thank you to all of our correspondents, our directors, and our producers here that help us build the channel. Together, they do so many things. They help us make decisions. They help us keep the lights on and keep rolling, all the way up to taking over our channel once a month and getting their content on our channel. If you're interested and you have any questions about it, right down there in the description box under the Patreon link, you can find out all about it. And just a very special thank you to all of these people. Now, back to the show. Next week, what do we got coming up next week?
No idea.
You know it's the beginning of October. What's going to happen? You know what's going to happen.
Okay. Then you're doing a book haul.
Yeah.
Right? And you're doing everything you read in September.
That's right. But it's going to be flipped.
Oh, okay.
Tuesday, we're going to wrap up everything we read in September, which is a big stack.
I bet it is.
It is a big stack. And we're going to wrap it up. We're going to pick a book of the month, which is... I don't know.
It sounds like I know what that book is going to be.
People can probably guess. But we're going to pick a book of the month. But there's some other ones in the running, I do have to say. I have to go back over and look at everything. We're going to do that on Tuesday. And then Thursday, oh my gosh, dude. We have a book haul. And September is my birthday month. And people are beyond generous.
Oh, have you been getting a lot of book mail?
Well, oh my gosh, I'm just humbled, absolutely humbled that so many people would want to share a story with me that just meant something to them, or send us something, or even send us a letter or a quick hey or something. It's made this year incredibly special. And I have so many thank yous to give out, which I cannot wait to do on Thursday.
That'll be nice. That'll be a good time.
Oh, it's going to be great. You're going to have to come home just to help me. I'm looking at these. You're going to have to help me lift these.
I don't think I'm going to do that. Not because I can't, but just because I don't think it would be as entertaining.
Well, we might have to. We don't do a lot of cuts. We might actually have to do cuts because I might have to bring them over in stages. Like, I don't think I can stop. You wouldn't see me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I think I would like that shot better, actually.
Oh my gosh, that's kind of it, man. The only thing I've been watching kind of the same things. I'm up to date on Bad Monkey. I'm up to date on Tulsa King. They're both okay. If you're a big Vince Vaughn fan, if you're a big Stallone fan, check them out. I wouldn't say they're amazing. I haven't watched episode 2 of Penguin yet because it hadn't come on yet. I was going to watch it last night and it wasn't there. It said it was coming up today.
It wasn't there? They didn't add it to the app?
I think it's Sunday night, or they add it every Sunday night or something, so I couldn't watch it.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So my viewing pleasure was interrupted. And I was looking forward to it because we were without power for a good while after the storm, after this hurricane blew through. And power came back on. I was like, ooh, I'm going to watch this. And it wasn't there. Wasn't there until... But you know what? Blessed and lucky, my friend, because there's so many folks that are, hit so hard.
Oh, man. Yeah. Seeing the videos and stuff from my town that I went to college in was crazy. It's sobering. It's absolutely crazy. So we had a day or so without power, but that's the easiest hurdle to get over when you think about how lucky you are, and you look how it hit so many others. It's really hope everyone out there is doing okay. Take care of yourself.
Absolutely. And booktubers in the way, everybody in the way. I hope everyone is as best as can be. So that's kind of it for us, right?
Yeah.
Did I forget anything?
I don't think so. Sometimes you forget to do shows, but you remember this time. Sometimes. What? Yeah, you forget quite often.
This is the Etch-a-Sketch that is shaken about every 48 seconds. It's not a well-honed machine at all.
And yet you remember your Robin Hobb characters. That's promising.
Oh, let me tell you, I could rattle so many off right now because they are under my skin, like deep.
You'll have to do like a Robin Hobb talk with somebody. Get all your feelings out.
Oh, I know just the people, but I'm gonna finish the first trilogy first. Hopefully that is next month.
Okay.
So hey, let us know. Have you read Farseer? What did you read this past week? What are you working on? What are some of your faves? Hit us up in comments and let us know. The whole reason we started this channel was to talk books with people that love books like we do, that love the kind of books we do. We're going to answer comments as quickly as humanly possible because it's the whole reason we started the channel. So hit us up down there. And also, while you're down there, hey, that goofy little thumbs up button, I know, it's like... Who really even thinks about that? It actually does. It helps us grow. It helps us do so many things here. It helps us meet new people to talk books about, which is what we're all about. So hit that if you had a good time. Maybe this is your first time here checking out what we did this week, or first couple times, and it's like, yeah, hit that thumbs up. It helps us out so much. Easy way to support the channel. And, while you're down there, you think about an easy way to support the channel. If you haven't done this yet, subscribe so you can hang out and talk about books with us all the time. We can get closer. You can join the community and be part of all the weird shenanigans that go on here. Takes no time at all. Boop, a microsecond and you're done. And I believe...
Oh, boy.
You have something to say about what it does for you. What kind of feeling does it give you?
I do. There's a peer-reviewed paper that gives hard evidence and proves there is a tingle. You feel a tingle.
Yes!
Gonna break something. Be careful.
Don't let it be said I'm not a graceful winner. Thanks again to Chris, the writing jester. Yes, this is actually broken down into several phases, broken down with an equation that when you hit that, hey, I was watching Tudor Ramble yesterday live. I was chatting with them back and forth, had to throw super out there. Why? Gave me a tingle just to be part of that community hanging out. It's so true. When you find a group, you find a tribe, you find a community that you can hang out and talk book with. Oh, it gets under your skin, gives you a tingle. And that is just science. It's just science.
Apparently it is. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Philip Chase. Thank you, Jake at Nerd Level Rising.
Yeah. You guys are the best. Absolutely the absolute best. So, hey, that is it for us. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, my gosh, if you stayed here for all through that, I'm not even sure what rambling mess that was.
I don't think it's usually... I think we're usually worse, actually. This really felt somewhat contained and streamlined to me.
I mean, wow. If this felt streamlined...
I think last week was worse.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, well... Hey, then we got, we can always get better.
We're improving. We're getting there.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Hey, if you stuck around for all this, oh my gosh, you are book people. And in my book, that makes you the best people. My name is John Minton, and that is
Chris Ritchie.
Oh, man, no.
I could never, but I had to because of what he did. In honor of Chris Ritchie. He really went above and beyond.
I will more than accept that. My undying feelings and thanks, Mr. Chris Ritchie. This has been Talking Story.